Hi, my name is Dan Hopman. I'm one of your instructional coaches in the Palmdale School District. And we're going to take a look at part 2 of the Googly Winter activities brought to you by Eric Curts. Again, if you haven't had a chance to check out Eric Curts' website, controlaltachieve.com, it is definitely one to check out. He's got a whole bunch of information on here on everything Googly and a couple other things that might help interest you. So a couple of those things would be his wintertime activities. We covered a few of them before. Let's take a look at a few more. So this one is wintertime magnetic poetry. So think back a handful of years ago, you had the refrigerator and you bought the little words that would be magnetic on the refrigerator so you can leave little notes to your family. Love ya. On my way to the market. Don't forget to take out the trash. All these little magnetic words that would allow you to just leave that quick little note to your loved one. Well, with Google Drawings, we can do the exact same thing. So you can see here I've already got a poem already started. And so what I want to do is sort of add a last line. You can see I've added my name down here at the bottom, so I know it's from me. And now I can add in my final line. So let's see here. I'm going to add in Santa is... Let's see here. I'm going to take... So if there's a word that the student wants to change, like I'm going to change this to coming. And I'm going to add in the word soon, which I don't see here. So when I don't see a word we can use, we can take a blank tile, or we can make a copy of it, and we can add in what we needed to add. And so now I've got my magnetic poetry. If I want to line it up, I'll take all of this line and I'll scoot it over a little bit. And it's a little bit better. So that's magnetic poetry. It comes blank. And then what you can do is have the kids take a snapshot of it. You can put it in a Google slide, and you'd have your whole class share their wintertime poetry. So wintertime magnetic poetry. The next one is holiday lights writing. So I already put in my wintertime writing, and there's an add-on called Fun Text. So remember, if you go into add-ons, Fun Text, and then you can select different color variations. I like the randomly colored one, so I'm going to highlight. I'm just going to do the first few lines. Add-ons, Fun Text, and then we'll do randomly colored. There we go. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to come here to the slides, and if you notice it says paste copy text here. I'm going to highlight that and paste it in. So there's my wintertime poetry. And so now I'm going to come back to my writing, and I'm going to undo it, and I'm going to add in some more text. This time I'm going to do rainbow. There we go. I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go to my next slide, and I'm going to paste that in. There we go. And I'm going to do that one more time. So I'm going to undo it. Undo on the keyboard is Control Z. I'm going to go Fun Text, and we'll go randomly colored. So now I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it in. So some of the most fun holiday lights are the ones that blink. And so I have the same story here, and you can kind of see it moving around as I click through. But wouldn't it be great if it did it automatically? Go to File, Publish to the Web, make it do it every second, Auto Advance, start the slideshow as soon as the player loads, and restart the slideshow. So every second, and then the next 2 check marks. So it keeps rotating through, and then publish. It'll ask if you're sure, say okay. And now I'm going to take this slide, I'm going to paste it into my browser, and watch what happens. I have blinking lights for my holiday lights. Just a fun way to make the writing a little bit more fun for the kids. You'll hear fun often whenever I refer to these. So that's holiday lights writing template. So the last one is the color pixel art. With the color pixel art, there's multiple choices you have. The directions are on the first tab. You can have the kids free draw right here. Fractions, I love using it with the fractions. Here's an 8x8, a 10x10, and I'm going to use the 12x12. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use these letters up here at the top to help fill in the color down here on the bottom. And so when I type in, say, the letter M, and I paste through, it'll change the color. So I'm going to actually put a light here. We'll make it a teal light. And I'm going to put in, type in lowercase, some tree, and then I'll put in another light, another green one in there. There we go. Let's get a red light in there. And then we'll do one more. There we go. The only thing my tree needs next is now it needs a brown trunk. And there we go. I've made a Christmas tree ornament. Again, the directions are here. Notice that each color has their lowercase letters that correspond with that color. And so all you have to do is come in, type in that letter, and it will change that color. Just a whole lot of fun. Now, the second part to the pixel art is the fractions on the right-hand side. Let me go to the 12x12 that I created. And what you would do is have the kids actually count up all of the colored squares and create the fractions and then simplify. So for example, with red, I've got 3. I've got, let's see here, I don't have any black. I don't have any of these guys. I've got 3 of the bright red, none of the pink. I've got none of the dark brown, no orange. I've got 2 of the yellow, that's sort of the star on the top of the tree. 2 on the trunk. I'm actually going to change these guys right here. Let me make those part of the trunk as well. There we go. So now I've got 4. I've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 24 of the green tree. I've got 3 of the bright green. I'm going to leave this one blank for a second. And let's see here. I don't have any of these. I've got 2 of the teal. I've got 1 of the purple, 1 of the light purple, maybe violet. Now I can come in, I can count up my blues. And if you notice down here at the corner, you'll see where it's actually counting them. So there's 4, that's 12, 19, and so on. So you just go ahead and count those up total. So again, the fractions are on each of the pages, so you can have the kids actually count them up. Simplify them if you choose. If you don't want to use that part, that's fine. That's not a problem. It's just the fun part of making the ornament. So those are the wintertime activities. You have 2 videos to choose from. Take a look at both. They have the templates attached down in the description. Have a great Christmas season. Have a great holiday. Happy New Year. And we'll see you next year.